We live back in here. This is our home and nobody don't fault with us.
People think they're gonna bug out, you know, get the Metro people. I would say your best bug out kit is right now with your credit card and a U-Haul. I would leave now. And America is we have the most freedom of mobility in the world. It's never going to get easier. It's never going to get cheaper. It's never going to be easier to do. So that's your first piece of advice. You got a credit card, freaking do what you got to do, sell some stuff, pack your shit up in a U-Haul. They're pretty cheap, and go freaking do something. All right, but then with the preppers and bug out people, you know, especially in the metros, they're like, even the smart ones that do area studies in A-scope, and they kind of have an idea of where they're going to go. They're like, yep, we're going to bug out to the woods, the rural communities. We're going to go out to this national forest area. We're going to go out to the mountains. We're going to head for the hills and learn how to, I don't know, grow food in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what their plans are. All right, well, for the initial chaos, it's not bad to say, yeah, I got a family. I'm getting the hell out of there. You're definitely going to want to do that. But here's the thing, though. You got to know there's very limited rural, untouched areas in America. And if you are the type of metro person that refuses to leave now, and you're barely in the woods now, that tells me your bug out location in the mountains or rural areas, you're not going to be going out to the Rockies. You're not going to be going out to like deep areas of Montana where there's literally nobody. You're going to follow masses and lines of refugees. You're going to follow pavement roads. You're going to get like maybe a mile off a pavement road and think you're good to go. Well, there's a pretty big problem with that, guys. People are everywhere. Americans are everywhere. Most of the people in these rural communities are good people, and they're either retired and want to be out there left alone, or they're renting vacation homes. But then you've got a pretty significant percentage of those people who are very bad people, and they're out there hiding. You've got squatters in the hills. You've got mountain meth heads. You've got meth heads in the swamps. You also have the cartels in those areas. The cartels are pretty smart. They're operating in areas where they're very rural. In some cases, they've taken over those communities. But they get to operate however they want. And you better believe, I know on YouTube people are saying, we don't need to do patrols and we don't need to be out there in the woods doing reconnaissance. But you better believe the bad people who are up to no good, you better believe they're patrolling. They don't care about machine gun laws. They don't care about any of that crap. And they don't care about Deputy freaking Billy Bob coming out there once a month for a patrol. Like, they understand the forest eats bodies for people. You don't need to bury them. So that brings me to the final point. The city people who barely go out to the mountains, you're most likely going to be running into a lot of people in those hills. A lot of people call those their community, their homesteads and stuff. They don't like strangers. But you better believe they're going to hate you and your rock stars, your Converse Chucks and your family in tow and all your bug out bag stuff. And all they see, it's just like Californians running to Texas, the smart Texans who are paying attention. All they see is more problems coming to their state. They don't see you maybe trying to improve things and live a better life. They just see, nope, here's a dude running from problems that he helped create, and he's going to bring those problems to us. That's exactly what these mountain people and rural people are seeing. They don't care where you're coming from. They don't care what your ideals are. They just see you as an outsider and a threat. Perfect example. We did an FTX recently, and afterwards we went and did some shooting. Some long-range shooting in the hills. Toward the end of it, somebody on another mountain started shooting at us, started shooting back at us. Didn't hear any bullets whiz by, didn't hear any impacts around us, but we could tell the muzzle was facing us. It was pretty obvious. So one of the guys got a little stressed out, and I'm like, yeah, well, somebody's returning fire. They've been listening to our shit for 4 hours, and they're probably getting sick of it, just decided to start shooting in that direction. Guys, I thought it was pretty freaking funny, but, you know, and I'm like, good, they're exercising their rights too. Good for them. But do you think they gave a shit about their backstop? Do you think they cared or even thought about what houses would be behind us? Or do you think they even realized where we were? I guarantee you, they didn't even know where we were. They were just shooting in the general direction. they wouldn't even known if they would have hit one of us. It would have been an unsolved mystery that Billy Bob's out there doing target practice and then just gets popped by a stray round, right? So you think you're in the middle of nowhere and you're out there doing a long-range rifle range and people start shooting back at you. Again, I thought it was hilarious. And this is peacetime, right? We're not at that point where people are robbing homesteads and attacking people yet. So now imagine that same scenario where you're just out doing your thing, and now your neighbors or people, or those meth heads or those people out in the woods, they know there's no rule of law. They know it's game on.
My buddies, they're not nice like me.
It's not going to work out too well. So just something to think about, guys. Like, I don't want to deter anybody from trying to improve their lives, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, right now, your best bug out tool is your freaking credit card and a U-Haul truck and your wits, right? It's time to be the modern version of pioneers. Back then, they all headed west to try to find more freedom and their own piece of good stuff, and now it's time to be a new pioneer and get the hell out of your crappy areas now, because pretty soon there's not going to be anywhere else to run to, and as soon as you think you're out in the hills and you get to live, it's probably going to be ugly. You're going to be in for a ugly surprise.